One of the things I loved about Joe was his sense of humor, and he's incredibly funny, and I missed that. You know, if we'll have a room full of people and people are talking, he can't throw a quick one out that you know, people will hear immediately. It's a struggle for him to get any words out. And so I think a lot of times he just won't say anything, because if he tries to say something, it'll be after the fact and too late, and I miss that. Joe worked at the bank, as did I, and this was after graduation from college. We met that summer, and he worked upstairs, and we started dating and engaged within 2 years, and got married 18 years ago. We met in Massachusetts. I'm originally from Massachusetts. Joe is from upstate New York. And we ended up in New Hampshire after we got married. A few different banks, and ended up with Citizens Bank. And was actually in a department where he was able to go out and travel around the state of New Hampshire. Worked in the consumer loan department for autos, and traveled the state to all the car dealerships who handled recreational vehicles and autos, trucks, and did financing. He actually built our first home. It was a log home in New Hampshire. Built it with family and friends. And actually ran the Boston Marathon in the spring of 1993. And finished. Was always very physically active. He was the right. He was the skier, camper, athlete, football player. He taught me how to do all that. I had never done anything like any of those until I met Joe. He was also very handy around the home. His father was an electrician and a school teacher, and taught Joe all of those skills early on. So whenever anyone needed any kind of electrical work done in their home, Joe would be the one they called. And had 2 children. Joe had been a softball coach for our daughter, and even continued coaching. And actually continues to coach from the sidelines now in the softball games.
Love you too.
That's right. That's a very good point too. The children are a lot smarter than sometimes adults give them credit for. They're a lot more resilient. Right. A lot of people are curious about how he drives the wheelchair, how he operates the wheelchair by himself. Things we like to do is devote a lot of our time to various ALS organizations and charity functions and events. And one of the events we were able to attend this past summer was down at Gillette Stadium, where of course the Patriots play, and two of the players attended and allowed Joe to try on the Super Bowl rings. So with Kristen Fourier and Roosevelt Colvin, got to meet them and try on the rings. Pretty tough. Go back and forth. He turns his head to the right, he goes to the right. 360s in the parking lot. Celebrity, is that what you said? Right, treated like a celebrity. About when? Which particular instance? Oh, at Fenway? Well, Joe happens to be a big Patriots fan, as well as a big Red Sox fan. And so we've been lucky enough to get tickets for the games. And I'll just tell one quick story about when we were at Fenway this past summer. And it just seems wherever we go, because of the fact that Joe's in this large wheelchair, he draws attention to himself. And we happened to be waiting in one of the hallways at Fenway, and a gentleman saw him sitting there and just approached us out of the blue and said, "Follow me, follow me." And do you have a minute? Right, do you have a minute? Follow me. I said, "Where are we going?" "Just trust me, follow me." So we did. He brought us down underneath Fenway and led us into this room where the World Series trophy was waiting on a table for Joe for a private showing. Yeah, it was a fun day at Fenway for Joe. Quite spectacular. Put it right on his lap. So that was a thrill. He said he's a pretty quiet guy. That's not true.